Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, we took down Iron at the Shadow Pokemon Lab and actually succeeded in catching Raikou. Hooray! We finally didn't fail. In this episode, whoa, we got an email to start things off right here. So how about we check that right off the bat? This is Net. If you find any data at the Shadow Pokemon Lab, please bring it to the Under. I'll be waiting. Wow, that was very oddly plot convenient. So, we're going to be going to the Under next. However, before we do that, I would like to head over to Agate Village. Whoa, old men know how to wave dash. Because I'd like to show off a mechanic that we have yet to show off at this point, and that is cologne massages. The store in Agate Village, I brought this up very briefly, will sell you different colognes. They will sell you a Joy Scent, which opens a Pokemon's heart slightly, Excite Scent, which opens it up moderately, and Vivid, that opens it up a lot. This is essentially a way that you can convert your money into opening the door to Pokemon's hearts. So we'll do this, and we're going to use these on Fortress. Fortress is a careful nature, and I didn't really notice it getting a lot of its heart open from walking around with it or sending it out in battle or calling it. So how about we see if what makes it tick is cologne massages. Let's see. Let's use the Vivid Scent on it. And you feel your controller rumble. If you could feel that, or hear it. Fortress was delighted. The door to Fortress started open a lot. Okay, so it had almost 3 bars when I did that. Let's see what it looks like now. Lowered it by about half a bar. Not bad at all, would you say, for 1,200 Pokédollars. Various Pokemon natures will get excited by this more. I will have the natures that are most affected by cologne massages on screen right now, so you can use them for your reference. So you can lower a Pokemon down to 3 bars of its heart gauge remaining, see what nature it has, and then based on that knowledge, decide if you want to use cologne massages on it. I'm going to go ahead and just do this on Fortress for a little bit right here, because that was wonderful. Because I want to purify it, and I don't really think it's worth using a Time Flute on right now because it's already halfway to Purification, so it really doesn't need it. Now, of course, cologne massages might not exactly do it for you. You might be in a situation like me where you got Fortress right here with less than 1 segment of its heart gauge remaining. Well, in that kind of a situation, I have a solution for you. Now, I'm not one to exploit glitches, and I've said countless times that I'm not going to be exploiting the infinite Pokeball glitch where you can swap items in inventory. I've said this a couple times already, and I still get people telling me, like, God, you could have just done that. No, I don't want to exploit glitches, but I will make note of them for those who do want to exploit them or think their playthrough could be made easier. And this is one of those examples. Sorry, I was actually in the wrong place. My memory's a bit rusty on this because I don't do it that much. But there are various areas throughout Pokemon Colosseum where you'll walk, and you'll notice that Wes shakes from side to side, and the screen looks like it's vibrating a bit. There are several areas you can do these, some of them in Agate Village. Right where you come in on one of the cliffs, you can do this as well. And what you can do is, you can unplug your controller, plug it back in while you're holding the direction that you want Wes to continue walking in, and then you can just kind of take off, because the controller thinks the default position is down if you plugged it in. So you can kind of just go off and do whatever you want, and you will purify your Pokemon every time. Another location where you can do it that is relatively nearby is right here. I probably should have shown this one first. But yeah, there are multiple areas where you can do this, and by doing so, you will open the doors to your Pokemon's hearts because, well, walking around does that. So, should you want to exploit glitches, that is an easy way to do it. Just fill your party up with 6 Shadow Pokemon, do this, go off and do something for an hour, come back, and boom, they should all have their heart gauges lowered. So, that's really all there is to show. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go off and do some stuff because I would like to open the door to my Fortress's heart and finally purify it. Also, I forgot to mention, this glitch can be used if you wish to rack up steps at the Pokemon daycare because your character is moving. After all that, we have now purified Fortress. So, let's do it. Alright, it gained Explosion! That is going to be fun. So Fortress, as you see, is disposable in a way. If its HP gets really low, we can use Explosion. Regained 4,370 experience, and it didn't even gain a level from that. Yes, I would like to nickname it. I would like to reveal Fortress's nickname. So this one was tough once again. I took screen caps of names that I liked as I saw them first posted, of course. And I compared the screenshots, you know, just to like see which one I liked the best side by side. A lot of you suggested Heavy. A lot of you suggested Bastille, Alcatraz, all kinds of names like that. And I appreciate those, but there's one name that was suggested pretty often that I just couldn't shake off. I loved it. That name is W-A-L-N-U... No, not S-T! Walnut. I like this name a lot. I'm a huge fan of Plants vs. Zombies. I like it a lot because not only is it a wall, but not only does it look like a walnut, but it also evolves from a pine cone, so it's super fitting. So, the first person to suggest the name Walnut was Last Flunky. I will have contacted you by private message by now, okay? And for those of you that are wondering why I'm in the nickname place, I'm not gonna lie, I misspelled it as Walnut with 2 L's the first time I did this. But wait! I have a little surprise for you! I have decided that I would like to give my Umbreon a nickname. Now, Umbreon is not an official member of my team, so I will not be opening a contest for it. Instead, I have been carefully watching anyone who might suggest nicknames for Umbreon throughout the series ever since I began accepting nicknames for other Pokemon. And the name that I would like to give it is Baggage. Umbreon is going to be leaving the team because we're about to get our 6th member. It's not going to be much longer now. And the first person to suggest Baggage as the name on any video since I started accepting nicknames is Azurata23rd. I will be contacting you through private message. We'll work something out, just like I did with the Fortress winner. So yeah, because Umbreon really was extra baggage the whole way. It is a better name before. This name's Luckiness. Why it goes right off the scale. You'll do more to cherish your baggage now and beyond. I sure will. Now, the funny thing is if we left Umbreon with the daycare lady, if we talked to her, she'd be like, if you want your baggage back, it'll cost $100. So that's even better. But the time has come for us to say goodbye to Umbreon. It is no longer going to be serving us. I like how it says loading whenever you go over something. Alright. So, let's deposit Umbreon into the PC. And, you know that last member of my team that I said we'd be getting soon? Well, I lied a little bit. We already have it. On screen right now is the 6th member of my team. I decided that I didn't want to have, you know, too many team members too close together, so I held off on actually having it join us, and I was a little torn if I necessarily wanted it to join us. But I decided on it. Some of you are staring at it right now. Let's see if you're right. The newest member of the team is... could it be over here? Could it be over here? Could it be over there? What about down here, huh? Where could it be? It is Granbull. Granbull is the final member of our team. I figured that it had a good spot on our team. Now, before anyone says anything, hear me out on this. This thing's got 120 attack. It's normal type considering it can learn a lot of TMs, which we haven't really been using TMs on our Pokemon thus far all that much. I mean, we did use that Fire Blast on Typhlosion. Bye, Rui. Hope you're having a nice exercise. Your legs are really spazzing. Now, as you might have guessed, I am going to be showing the Time Flute. Normally, I wouldn't use the Time Flute on a regular old Shadow Pokemon. Hi, Rui. But in this case, I'm probably not going to get a chance to show you guys what the Time Flute looks like otherwise. So how about we use a Time Flute right here and now to get a new member for our team immediately. We'll do just that. And the Mythical Relic seems to be giving off a strange, fantastic power. Okay. Go ahead and use the Time Flute. We're going to use it on Granbull to instantly purify it. There we go. Granbull opened the door of its heart. Instant purification through Celebi. We regain the move Bite. Woohoo. We regain 0 experience points. Hooray for being lazy. And Granbull is needing of a nickname as well. So if you have any ideas for what to nickname my beloved Granbull, please suggest them in the comments. Understand that merchandise of Granbull is not exactly easy to come by, so instead I'll be giving out a Snubbull plushie. So that's it. We now have 6 members of our team. So with that, how about we up Granbull's moves a little bit and then head on down to the Under to finally see Net. Thing is, I want to have another Pokemon to protect, so we don't just have Forretress, or rather Walnut, and Affection being able to have Earthquake usable there out on the field. So, I think I'm going to give this to Psycho as well. I'm mainly doing this because even though Corona would be kind of nice, I'm thinking that it wouldn't really, what I'm trying to say here. I wouldn't really want to have it out in the first place, just in case I want to protect multiple times in a row because it'd be weak to Earthquake. So let's get rid of Helping Hand because I never used it all that much. On top of this, now that Forretress is purified, I would like to give it the move Toxic, because being a wall, this is a fantastic move for Forretress to have. I think I'm going to get rid of Bide, because it's the least useful move in its moveset. Do nothing for 2 turns, and then deal out the damage you took double. Forretress doesn't even have that much HP, plus its defense is really high, so it wouldn't even take that much damage in the first place. So we'll do that. And then lastly, we have this Earthquake TM. Now, I can understand some people kind of not wanting me to necessarily use this because it's a rare TM that a lot of people would probably save from this playthrough and then transfer to a GBA game. But I'm not personally doing that. Of course, you can skip out on using this should you want to. I understand some people that do Pokemon Let's Plays, I mean, namely Maryland, don't do this because, you know, he wants to kind of show, just in case you don't want to use, you know, consumable TMs. But I think I want to teach this to my Granbull, because it has 120 attack. It would be a fantastic Pokemon to have this on. I mean, I'm not going to use Bite on it. I mean, it might get walled by stuff that has Levitate and is Ghost type, but really, how many of those are you going to run into in Colosseum? So I'm going to erase Bite with Earthquake. So now we have multiple Pokemon that can withstand Earthquake on the team. We have 3 of them, in fact. And then on top of this, we also have 2 Pokemon that are going to use Earthquake. So I think that that was pretty good. Only downside is that Forretress now lacking Shadow Rush. Its only method of attacking is Rapid Spin, which isn't really the best damage dealer in the world. But hey, Forretress was never meant to be a damage dealer. Like I said before, it is a strict wall, and it will stay one. So let's head on down to the Under, and let's see Net. That item box is still taunting you, just as it's taunting me! Alright, so Net's house. Let's go on and see him. You were oddly convenient. Oh, Wes, how did it go? Did you find any data? We handed him the data ROM. Oh, now this looks interesting. Let's scope it out right away. Oh, hey, the data ROM appears to contain a list of shadow Pokemon that have been made so far. But no, it looks like they've wiped the data. Wes, please leave this with me. I'll somehow try retrieving information that even means going over it little by little. Wes, as soon as I discover anything, I'll email your PDA. So he's going to give us a list of shadow Pokemon that we have yet to find, because believe it or not, there are quite a few. In fact, we've only seen about half of them so far. That is how much more we have to do in this game. So for those of you that think that this game is coming to a close because we've taken down the Shadow Pokemon Lab, we're not done. Not even close. There is a lot of after-game content in Colosseum, and there's a lot more Shadow Pokemon coming up in the main story than you would expect. Like, we're getting into territory where we're going to have, like, Shadow Pokemon in almost every battle. So, get ready for that. But now that we're done with that, how about we hop onto the UFO, we ride it on over, and let's see what's up on the surface world, I suppose. Oh, what do we got here? We have a worker right outside the Ender. We finally finished work on that gigantic tower. But woo, did it take a long time to build or what? I don't know when was the last time I went back home. You go on up there and see for yourselves. It's clean and shiny. It's what I call gorgeous. Okay. So, this guy, I never knew he was here because I never knew that this area existed because I always just left through Pyrite Town to get out of here. So, yeah, we now have Realgam Tower, an immense tower that was finally completed as Cypher's base. It has a Colosseum on the top floor. So, this is what Ein meant when he said the Shadow Pokemon Lab being destroyed pretty much meant nothing to Cypher at this point. It was Cypher that had this tower constructed, and it is their base. Really freaking pimped out base, if I do say so myself. We got dancing Sudowoodo solid gold statues. We got this really nice, shiny, clean floor. We got guys in suits standing at the entrance. We've been expecting you. Now, please, do go in. Hello, welcome to Realgam Tower. Today is our opening day. So this guy is shady. This guy's like, hey, our opening day, come right in. And oh my god, your feet are actually not that big. So we head on in. And check it out, we have a model of the tower. I actually thought this was a chandelier and this was like an unattached table back in the day because, you know, CRT televisions, but no, it's a model of the tower so you can see just how big this place is. Now, whenever you go in here, in any of these doors, you're going to be taken on an elevator that's going to force you to the next area of the tower. It's kind of the closest thing this place has to a Pokemon gym. If you go up here, you have a place that you can heal anytime. You have a painting of a Roselia, most useful thing in the room, and you got a PC, so they're useful things to have. That old man right there, don't talk to him unless you want a battle. Just letting you know. So I'm not going to talk to him quite yet. So this video was mostly preparations for this big area. I really wanted to make sure to get my moves out of the way. I wanted to do those nicknames. I wanted to show off the time flute. I really just wanted to show most of everything that I hadn't shown at this point. I wanted to show cologne massages. I want to do all that. So I apologize that this video didn't feel like there was all that much progress, but I wanted to get everything that I haven't given screen time out of the way before we went ahead and did this. Anyway, though, so in this whole video of preparations, I think we're going to end this off here. So next time on Pokemon Colosseum, we're going to be fighting this guy. Yeah, weren't expecting to see him again so soon, were ya? See you guys then! Most jerkish cliffhanger in the series yet, ending it on Mirror B.